why this is actually the most underpriced investment right now.
How can we use this as an anchor and guide our investment,
How Disneyland gonna help the city?
Disney effect, the Tokyo effect.
What if I gonna tell you that we are sitting in the city that was ranked for 9 years on the world the safest place on earth?
Yep.
And it's the same place where Disneyland is coming with the 7th Disneyland park.
It's right there.
This is it.
This is it.
This is Disneyland. This is the place where Miral have decided to take their adventure further.
Uh-huh.
They have invested in the scheme, the system that should move Abu Dhabi a little bit further.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Now, what's the strategy? I want to look a little bit different to the story.
Okay.
I want to show what Disneyland and how Disneyland gonna help the city. I want to explain why this is actually the most underpriced investment right now. This is the catalyst of the market.
Yeah.
I will move it a little bit further and I will explain why the Tokyo effect, it's actually the success of this story and how this surge of 45,000 jobs will anchor the investment.
Oh, absolutely. I think this is one of those places where the demand is going to really outdo the supply. The supply is so limited. Just to give you some brief numbers, I think just this 1 year alone, there are about 120,000 units being supplied to Dubai, where there's probably 7,000 in Abu Dhabi. So we have structured it from 26 all the way to 2029. There's a huge difference. And this whole video, it's going to be of Andrea, but just a quick start to give an idea of where we are. We are in Abu Dhabi. Today, we're going to give you a brief on what's happening in Abu Dhabi. So she already explained, Yas Island is the entertainment hub. You've got Saadiyat, which is your cultural hub. A very important factor, ADGM, which I've also made a video on Man Group, on the oldest hedge funds in the world. And that's just one of them. So we're looking at around 11,000 offices already in ADGM, and it's constantly growing at a very rapid rate at around 25% per annum. We've got two phenomenal wellness and sports-related islands, which is Fahid Island and Hudayriyat Island. But today, the focus is on Disney, the Disney effect, the Tokyo effect. And Andrea is going to guide us on how can we use this as an anchor and guide our investment,
This is my money machine. Welcome to Abu Dhabi. Welcome to Yas Island. And let's see how Mickey Mouse, the most recognizable character around the world, more popular than the most popular politicians or VIPs, how Mickey Mouse is gonna help us to go and move our investment further. We speak about a history of 7 years of parks. This is the 7th place where Disneyland is coming with a completely different approach. That's royalty places. We can explain you how it's working. As Bob Iger said, we are working on the place that's going to be Abu Dhabi Disneyland in the future. This is the place that they are saying, the management says, is the most profitable deal they ever had on earth. And Disneyland, it's actually a place that reshapes cities. But this is the place where they don't start from scratch. They start from 50 million tourists as a potential. They start in a hub that's connecting us with like 500 million people in the 4 hours. It's 75% of the population in 8 hours. And it's between Etihad, Emirates, Abu Dhabi Airport, and Dubai Airport. Maktoum Airport is becoming the biggest in the world. We speak about the capacity of 120 million passengers to welcome in this area.
Yep.
It's the first time when Disneyland starts with 50 million. And to understand how important is the 50 million, it's actually Orlando, the #1 destination, touristic destination in the world. has a 50 million tourists every single year. This is where Abu Dhabi started, on 50 million people.
And that number makes sense to me. I'll tell you why. Because see, how many people can actually access Orlando? Like, it's not easy to reach Orlando as well, right? See, because Dubai, the way it's located, see, we are located 4 hours distance from what population? Billions? Because we are closest to the most populated places, whether it's India, Pakistan, Africa, Indonesia, China. So we are more accessible, around 4 hours away. Indonesia is a bit far off. So I can imagine the tourist attraction, because it's everyone's dream to go to Disneyland at least once, right? The best thing about Andrea doing this video is that she has been to Disneyland so many times. So her emotions, she has a much more access to reality and the importance of Disney, you know? Well, I haven't been to Disney World, so I'm really excited.
You have to. I grew up with Mickey Mouse. I grew up with Minnie Mouse. I love Minnie. I lived in Paris. I lived in France. Of course, I've been several times to Paris. Now, I'm European and I do have European passport. However, I'm East European. So that means for me, out of 6 existing Disneylands right now, I can go as per my visa, as per my passport, only to 2 of them: Paris, Europe, and Tokyo. For all the other ones, I need a further visa approval.
Yeah.
Now, what Abu Dhabi is doing is connecting with 100 cities, 170 plus cultures, free visa or visa on arrival.
That's amazing. That's
crazy.
amazing. That's crazy.
Crazy.
That's crazy.
Abu Dhabi has the capacity to connect us with 3 times more people than whole US market has.
Do you want to go to another location now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks Yas Island in Abu Dhabi, it's a touristic destination, a roller coaster destination. Only few people know about Miral and how Miral is functioning, like operating in this place.
Yep.
So we are speaking about $40 billion investment. This is not only Disneyland. Disneyland is the favorite one in the island.
Yep.
But we speak about Ferrari World. We speak about
SeaWorld.
SeaWorld.
Warner Brothers.
Warner Brothers is coming with Harry
Water
Potter.
World. F1 circuits.
Now,
Yeah.
we are sitting right now in Ferrari World. Behind this, only behind this, they have invested $1 billion.
Yes.
Ferrari is generating for 1 week only 1.25 billion dirham.
What's most important, this whole place is packed. It's full, okay? It's packed.
50 degrees outside,
And
by the
why?
way.
Because it's closed, right? So this, you don't depend, even in summers, this place gets
Yeah.
more audiences during summers.
This becomes the most entertainment island in the
world.
world, in the whole
In the
world,
world.
okay? We are sitting about the 50 million tourists that we are speaking. We already have very clear attractions. Miral is the one who had successfully completed all the places behind us. Ferrari World is generating that 1.25 billion only in one week. Now, everything, as you said, the whole island, the destinations are between 5 minutes driving, and everything is AC. This becomes the most profitable island in the world because it has 12 months tourists. August 2025, hotel occupancy in Yas, it's 90%. August 2025.
Yep.
This is massive. Yeah, you have an undersupply. You have an undersupply today before Disneyland coming, considering the structures you have around, and the hotels cannot sustain it.
This is a very Benjamin Button model where, see, typically places first develop, people come in here, you have all the infrastructure ready. Now they're building the places, residential areas
Yes.
where tourists, expats, all of them can come in.
You do have a very good model for F1. F1, you know how much 2 beds can produce in a weekend for F1, during F1? We are speaking about 30,000 dirham. This is my 8% ROI that everyone is speaking on. You are doing a short-term model over here. It's something that can double into digits. Like we can easily do a 15 short-term rental.
Absolutely. And look at this place. It's packed. Yeah. Where's our next spot?
We go next to Disney shop. Now let's talk Disney. First, come, we're going to shop a little bit around.
Okay.
Now, what Disney means
Yeah.
for Abu Dhabi is
Uh-huh.
becoming the seventh on world. It's
Yeah.
the first one on the water,
Uh-huh.
but this is the one that's becoming the AI character.
Yeah.
So this time, actually, the castle will not be the traditional castle. They're bringing AI technology, and they're gonna have kind of avatar one. I know. I'm sure you're gonna get few of them.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Now, I want to speak about what means Tokyo effect. Tokyo is the first time that's getting into these royalties that Abu Dhabi is doing with Miral. It's actually the park that had the biggest, the highest spike in terms of visitors. They do have 27 million, but it has the fastest growth. Tokyo have proved that Disneyland can bring you 10 times, 15 times, even 25 times to Disneyland. So what Disney is doing is playing on the characters, it's playing on their potential, but it's actually bringing you back.
For example, in August, we have to go vacations. Now, I'm thinking Africa or Maldives.
Now, I told you Paris or
but
Tokyo.
if she's telling me Tokyo, Disneyland, but my son is too small, and he loves animals. But if there was a Disney World here, I mean, it's see, that's every family's dream, right? To go with
But
their
you know
kids,
what's the beauty?
nostalgia.
That actually the visitor of Disneyland will go around and see all of them.
Again.
And they will come back and come back and come
I'll
back.
give you an example. Yesterday, I had a call with the family from the UK. His 3 sons are footballers. And he was like, my sons they're really young. They're making around 400,000 pounds.
I love this song.
They're making around 400,000 pounds every year. And he's like, hey, Zohaib, I heard there's a Disney World coming in. Is there any opportunity around? And I was like, man, I'm going tomorrow,
Now, let me tell you what is this the opportunity. You have a strategy in Abu Dhabi as you have a strategy in Dubai. They do speak about Abu Dhabi 2030. So by 2030, the government is willing to put the effort to bring 90 billion into tourist business.
Uh-huh.
Abu Dhabi is actually only 10 billion out of that. I'm not sure if you've ever been to Disneyland. I'm not sure if you know actually what the business means. I'm pretty sure you know the Mickey Mouse, so it's a good start. But Disneyland has the capacity to multiply the business around. So they're going to do a 2.7 impact into the market. My 10 billion, it will go in almost 40 to 50 billion impact on Dubai or on Abu Dhabi market. So that's actually half of whatever the government is willing to have. But also remember that Disneyland is in the middle of the most entertainment island in the world. And that's something that's completely massive. Now, when I'm going on the other side, because I'm keep speaking about business, but I want you to understand what's the potential into a real estate business around Disneyland. Now, I'm not sure if you are familiar with the other locations. We go from US, we go to China, and we go to Tokyo. And I'm pretty sure everyone already knows Paris. But when I say Paris, when I say Orlando, when I say Tokyo, actually those Disneylands, they're not inside the city. They're just a little bit outside. I will take the example of Paris, why I've been there many, many times. So Disneyland is not in Paris. Disneyland is 1 hour away of Paris. It's like a city they call Val-la-Marne. It's a city that was created to support Disney business. And they have created an independent city of 30,000 people. That's massive. Now, what's happening in Abu Dhabi market? In Abu Dhabi, they're not creating from zero. They're taking one of the best contracts that Disneyland ever had. According to Bob Iger, this is the most profitable deal they ever had. Why? They're going to do only royalty. What does it mean? Miral is coming and doing the whole construction, the whole financial background, and Disneyland gonna come with the story. They're gonna come with Mickey. They're gonna come with the expertise and the visuals. And as I told you, they completely changed the idea.
Now we're gonna also understand where. So I want to talk about a very important thing.
The jobs?
No, not just about the job. See, in a volatile market, it is your opportunity to build wealth, to identify prime real estate. So, like how in 2004, people who bought in downtown Dubai or Palm Jumeirah, Emirates Hills, now you cannot buy prime real estate. You'll have to buy in 311 or 611, your outskirts, south of Dubai. Marjan Island. Here you can buy absolute prime real estate now because once this sells out, you cannot get again. You cannot get a property with a Disney World view.
I will go to the 2000s in Dubai because in 2002, the market is becoming freehold. And big brands and big developers, they're one of the top ones on the market right now. Someone like Damak, they entered the market because they see the potential of the freehold market. Abu Dhabi becomes freehold in 2019. And still, not the whole city, it's actually freehold. So the potential of buying prime by mixing with the freehold exclusivity you have right now, it's actually even lower. But going back to what means the investment of your property, I want you to understand the dynamics of the jobs that actually those guys, they bring. So we speak about Disneyland, and they have committed to 14,000 to 18,000 jobs. I know that's massive, though. That goes behind that because every single job in Disneyland gonna be multiplied by 1.7 jobs outside Disneyland. So if I have 14 to 18,000 jobs over there, I speak up to 45,000 jobs. Now, the situation goes worse.
I just want to say one thing.
Why do you want to buy this one?
No, it's not that. There's another, the flavor of UAE as well. We are consumers. We love buying stuff. I don't know about Europe and US and all that.
How much do you think gonna cost you one day with 2 kids in Disneyland Paris?
Because you have no idea. When I go with my kids, we shop a lot. And I've seen that. If you go to the malls, people buy a lot because that's a part of the lifestyle
I think we already
culture.
spend more than $100 over here, probably 200 just holding in our hands.
100%.
Like, this is crazy because this is something that I was like, you know what? I just want it. I grew up with this one. I don't remember this one.
I grew up with all these guys.
Sure.
This is Winnie the Pooh, Sebastian, Simba. This is newer. This is Inside Out is new.
Now, let me make you understand actually what means this supply, undersupply, oversupply, and what's actually, how can you make money?
How can you make money?
How can you make money over here in this formula? So I have 14 to 18,000 jobs direct from Disneyland. They go up to 45, the impact they're gonna have. What means the impact they're gonna have? All the suppliers you have around, all those small painters, they come to do the characters, all those tailors for the princesses, etc., the artists, 45,000 in total, right? Now, the capacity of Yas in the next years, by 2030, it's actually to bring on the market additional 8,000 units only. But we speak right now, today, in this condition, in this market condition, we speak about a vacancy of 2 to 6% in Yas Island. That means they don't have any capacity to support the new jobs that are coming to the Yas.
Yes, please, yeah.
8,000 units coming in the next years, 14,000 jobs only if you think about Disneyland. Let's assume the other one's going to stay outside. So basically what you have to do, you have to move a lot of people outside Yas. Now, thanks God, this Etihad is becoming a reality, 30 minutes from here, from Yas to Abu Dhabi. So I will, to Dubai side. So I will expect actually Dubai to accommodate some of those jobs, some of those employees, or at least other coastal opportunities that you have between Abu Dhabi and Dubai. That actually could be a very good potential. But what I see, it's clearly undersupply. Now, leave away the jobs, because it's not only about the jobs. We are speaking about the potential of the tourists we're going to have around, because I'm pretty sure most of you actually going to come to Dubai, and you're going to take the Etihad 30 minutes to come just to see Disneyland. And by the way, you don't have time one day. You cannot do Disneyland in one day. You need actually a few days to do that. And if you want to do the whole entertainment Yas Island, you're going to need at least 1 week. Now, think like this. We compare Orlando with Abu Dhabi just because they have the same potential number of tourists. 50 million. 50 million, that's amazing. That's huge. Now, what's the potential behind the tourists? You have Orlando with 50 million. You have Abu Dhabi with 50 million potential tourists. However, Orlando is sitting on 130,000 hotel keys, when in Abu Dhabi you have only 3,200 and another 10,000 in the next 5 years. That's nothing. So that's your potential, because we can invest in something that can be a good approach for the short-term market for the tourists, or we can invest something in Yas Island to have a long-term rental. Now, what's my perspective? I have divided in two. You have your corporate consumer, Disney job, and I will expect those ones to go inside Yas with the 2 beds and and above. I will stay inside. Why? Because this is a government approach and Arabic approach. So they tend to have bigger sizes. So a 2 beds can be easily a 1,500 square feet. It's a little bit higher entry point, but it's something that's going to perform exceptionally if you want to do a long term or if you want to do a resale. On the other side, if you want to go into this market of 50 million tourists, I will suggest to go with a lower entry point. I will suggest to go all the time with 2 beds and above because I will not just, I did it 4 times, but normally people are coming with kids. So I will expect them to get an extra room for the kids. I will invest in a 2 beds and above. I will go with a waterfront approach. I will go with the master community. Why master community? Because it has this idea of result. It's bringing something additional. It has a lot of entertainment inside. And we can have a very good investment starting from 2.3, 2.4 in a 60-40 payment plan, a 2 beds, 1,000 square feet. But I don't care because your 2 beds, it's a 2 beds. And I expect for something like this to actually bring me the best ROI. Now, we're going to sit for a coffee and we're going to have all the numbers put on the paper. And they're going to make sure you can get something that's very smart to your investment.
So there are 3 investment opportunities. So from the point where we started, where Disney World is coming up, towards the north, you have one project, a major developer, over 50 years of contracting experience, top of the line in terms of quality. They're coming up with villas, townhouses, apartments. Lowest price point would be here, not the price per square foot, but lowest price point. They're targeting only 2 beds because we don't want to compete with the hotel industry. We are targeting especially families. There's another opportunity around right next to it as well. Again, villas.
Yeah, they're going to be branded, so it adds another anchor.
Branded villas, and this in the peaks of volatility, it performed almost 80% of the stock was sold. So that shows the power of branding. And one is in Yas itself, Yas Island, which is the hub. So, and that's with a government developer, which controls over 80% of the stock in the whole of Abu Dhabi market. In terms of pricing, I think the lowest price point for apartments starting with 2.5 million. But if we use leverage, we're looking at around half the value, between 50 and 60% in a span of 2 to 3 years. We can spread out the leverage. A return on equity and return on investment, you'll have to contact us to give us more information on that. The villas and the townhouses, we're looking at a starting price of around
7, 8, 9. Depends on the availability, to be honest, because they're moving quite fast.
But yet again, you have leverage and we have financing options as well. Even if you're not located in UAE, we can organize mortgage. So we have an in-house mortgage solution for you. Have I covered everything? Is there anything that we've missed?
I would just want to make a small conclusion because I was looking into the numbers and I came with 2 kind of strategies. I will do a short-term rental or I will do a corporate rental. What does it mean? I do have 3 developers that I will pay attention inside Yas. So if I say inside Yas, the properties, they tend to be bigger in size. So my 2 beds from 1,000 goes to 1,500 square feet as a size. So that one, of course, same price per square foot, entry point around 3 million, 3.3 million. However, if you are looking to have a very easy model, long-term model, and a very fast appreciation or a faster appreciation, I will suggest something like this, or I will go outside Yas in the master communities and I will go into the villas. That's the strongest I can get because I can bring a family. Families are stable. However, I'm looking on the other aspect and I want to compete and I want to have my bread and butter on this potential of 50 million tourist pool. So on that one, I will suggest to go on business, on holidays, home business, Airbnb business. So I would rather go with something that's smaller as a size to enjoy a lower entry point. where we go in this 2.4, 2.5. So if I give an example of that, I'm investing in 2 million, 2.4 million, 2.5 million, 1,000 square feet. It's a two beds, doesn't matter the size, it's a two beds. That's gonna perform better in my numbers because my ROI gonna be definitely higher.
So that's a great angle. Airbnb is definitely a great angle, but it really depends on the objective. So I love targeting the corporates, and I like, if you want to build a property with maximum return on equity, we have potential, but in this case, you have to hold because 2030 to 2033 is the expected handover. The second the structure rises, that's when you see your value increasing. So we have potential to make around 100 to 150, maybe even higher percent, 150% return on equty here.
You know how much Orlando have made into
4,500.
4,900% in the first four years after opening. Paris have made around 2,500 in the first 4 years. And in China, Shanghai have made around 250% in the next few years. Do we promise you that? We don't promise you anything. We are trying to help you to shape an investment that makes a lot of sense. And when your real estate investment has a very strong anchor into the strategy of the city, into the numbers, into the brands, into wherever you connect to it, because this becomes an emotional investment.
So I think it's been a very long video. So we really identified, so we've shown you the location, we've shown you what are the places around. If you really want to have an opportunity to get in early over here, contact us and we can prepare a very specific report based on your objective.
And trust me, I'm coming from a developer, those kind of moments, those kind of transitional periods, they're actually the best time to invest because this is when we can get a better leverage and better prices and some discounts if some developers can offer.
And with her experience, we can get maximum leverage and maximum discounts.
Let's try.
Thank you for watching. Mohammed Zahir.
Andrea Chen.